everybody! I'm InTheLittleWood, also known as Martin. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Fortnite. So, this video is along a similar trend of videos that I upload on this game, but it's ever so slightly earlier than usual and something a little bit different. So let me explain. Each week I do my videos where I cover the weekly challenges from inside the battle pass and let you know how to best go about completing them. I give you visual indicators as well as doing, a solid commentary, and it's very short, concise and sweet. Now, people always ask me, how do I produce a video that quickly in the space of an hour after the challenges have released and all that sort of stuff? Am I getting the challenges early? Do I get it all in one take? And the answer is yes and no. So I do have the challenges early, but I don't manage to get all of my footage in one go. So let me explain. Each week there's a website called FortniteTracker.com, and they basically get the challenges data mined from the game and put them on their website. And to be honest, more than 9 times out of 10, the challenges stay exactly the same when they reach full release, and that's amazing. So what I do is when they come out on, say, a Saturday or a Sunday, the week leading into the next week, where you're going to get it on a Thursday, so it's like 4 or 5 days early, I basically see those challenges, I play casually over the next few days, and just get random bits of footage here and there, and essentially, that's what I want to start making videos on. I've noticed that other people that make challenge guide videos, they actually they basically do coverages on the leaks, and of course, when it comes to the full challenge video, they update with a new video, letting them know of any changes, but for the most part, the challenge guides are pretty spot on, so I thought, why am I missing out on that? I might as well give it a go. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through it very lightly today. So this isn't going to be a heavy formulated video. It is just going to be, a very chill version of the usual ones. I'm going to take you around everything that you need to know. So first and foremost, you might have wondered why we've gone all the way to Junk Junction. And if you probably guessed, this is where the first challenge is. So the first challenge of week 10 is to go to Junk Junction and get 7 chests. So the first locations are, of course, beneath the building on the west side. On the race surface leading off the front of that, you can also find another one just there. So let me show you the exact pinpoint location. So there should be a chest just about here. Of course, we've looked at the one in the northwestern corner, and there is another one often over here by the orange crusher, which at the moment it's not sat right beneath there, which is a bit of a shame, but never mind. Right, now the next ones are in some rooftops and in some extra rooms as well. So normally there is a chest just there. So on the inside of this building, on the raised surface there, you can find a chest. And typically there is usually one just on the other side of this wall, but doesn't sound like... Nah, there's not. There's nothing on the other side of there just yet, unfortunately. So that's that one. Beyond that, you can also find one up here, which... Ta-da! We got one knocking about, which is nice. And then there is one sometimes over here, which there is. Good job. Let me, do I want to bring the potion with me? Let me check my hotbar right now. So, you to there and you to there. I think that might be good. Maybe if I swap out the SMG for a potion, that'll be good. So that's that one, and then we only have 2 more left to go, everybody. So already, this is nice and quick. So there is that one just down there. Well, I say just down there. There's normally one sat just there, should I say. I shouldn't say it's there and you're all like, what? I don't see anything. And then there's often one sat just about here as well. So those are the locations. So we are going to skip through a couple of challenges and go straight through to number 6. Simply because one of the parts of the challenge actually resides here in Junk Junction. So the challenge number 5 for week 10 is called Search Between Movie Titles. So if you have a little look over at Risky Reels, there's a big old movie sign just there, or like an entrance sign. And on there, it lists 3 movies. The first one is called The Orange Crusher. So, lo and behold, The Orange Crusher is right there. The next 2 are called The TV Dreams, and then also The White Lion. And they're actually really easy to locate and find. So, the first one is over here. So, this building right here, you can see it. It's if you've never seen inside of it, it used to live on the southern border of the map. So, it used to be right the way down here in what I used to call Pallet Town. It used to be this building here before the nightclub replaced it, but it's moved to the top of the map, and it is now essentially a sitcom set, which is really, really cool. So there you go, that's that one. Is there a chest up here, by the way? I think there is. Let's have a look. Hey, yeah, there's a chest up here. Okay, cool. Let me quickly grab you. Bit of ammunition as well. Ammunition even. And get a little bit more wood. There we go, good. I don't want to linger here for too long, because obviously I've got to get myself across the map, but I do need to show you just 1 or 2 more spots before we head off. Got you. There we are. Man, I can't move for potions today. This is nuts. There we go. Good job. Right, so that's basically where the TV Dreams is, and you might have already guessed where the last one is. If you can see it from here, just about, the White Lion is right there, which is good. So if you were to go into the center point of each of those, so 1, 2, and 3, it roughly sits you at about here. So pretty much anywhere on this hill, east of Junk Junction, south of that, and slightly northwest of the football arena is where you're going to find that challenge. Now, the remainder of the challenges don't actually contain too much that is that specific. They're all very self-explanatory, but we'll go through them anyway, and then afterwards we'll see if we can get ourselves a victory royale. So the challenge number 2 for week 10, at the moment as it stands, is to deal damage to structures to the equivalent of 5,000 damage, which actually sounds like a lot, but it's not too bad. Considering that, you know, most structures or walls have anywhere between 350 to 600 HP, you've only got to get rid of, like, 10 or so, and you're basically sorted then, which is nice. Beyond that, you can also go ahead and take out player structures, although it didn't specify it had to be enemy structures, because normally the wording would be deal damage to enemy structures, 5k. So the fact they haven't said that, I think means you can just go to any old wall in the game, smash it up, and that should be it done, which is really nice. Challenge number 3 coming up is going to be search for a chest, an ammo crate, and a supply drop. So of course the first two are relatively easy to do. You can land in a quiet spot and away you go, but a supply drop might be a little more heavily contested, given that it's going to be the final week of the battle pass and everybody wants those stars. So my only recommendation really would be to make sure that you are looking inside of the circle, because for the most part they typically don't have the circle not contain the supply drop. So let me break this wall through and I can go into an auto run. So what I'm saying is anywhere inside of here is typically where the supply drop will land, rather than landing on the outskirts if the next circle is going to be, you know, away from it. And I think that's because they want to keep the supply drops in the game, part of the action. They don't want them to just get lost to the storm and that be it. At least that's the sort of, you know, the trend that we've noticed when you're playing this game. Is that dual pistols? No, just a hand cannon. Okay, so that's that one. Challenge number 4 is really interesting. Okay, so this one's actually a returning challenge, but I imagine it's going to be tweaked. And the reason I think that is because I've actually seen it for myself already by accident. So essentially the other day my client bugged out and I saw a load of pink circular rings that were up in the sky, and I was like, what's that all about? So bear in mind, I was on the spawn island at the time, and I could see these circles or rings hovering over the main island that you actually play the match on. So I've kind of seen them for myself, so I'm inclined to believe that this challenge is set and it's not going to change. But what looked really interesting about it is the amount of them was stupidly huge, because this time around we've got to get 20 of them in order to complete the challenge. And I think what probably is going to happen, at least in my opinion, is they're going to basically increase the amount of them, which means you can get more of them on any single fall. Because I think previously we were jumping out, gliding over towards one, and the moment you went through it, you would then pull your glider out again, and then you glide even further, and you do the same again. And it meant that some people weren't reaching the ground for literal minutes because they were trying to get as many rings as possible. But this time around, they've gone, you know what, let's add loads of them in so you can reasonably get 4 or 5 of them on the drop, and you'll land at the same time as everybody else, which I think is really, really nice. Beyond that, we've already covered challenge number 5, which is the movie titles. Challenge number 6 is actually quite a tall order. You've got to get yourself 10 eliminations. Not in a single match, just in general, but, you know, 10 elims is quite a high kill count for a challenge. We've never really had one quite that high before, because it's similar, I guess, to the challenge that follows this. So challenge number 7, final one for Season 5, is to get 3 eliminations in fatal fields. And that's normally the sort of kill count we would expect from these challenges, so that's why the previous one kind of caught me off guard, and my game has crashed. Brilliant. Fantastic. And my game crashing isn't actually the end of the world. This gives me a really good opportunity to jump back in and very briefly show you something that I've been wanting to discuss since it happened yesterday. So of course the missile dropped from the sky and tried to destroy Tilted, didn't work, and upon its attempted exit, it was stopped and caused this. We don't know what this is currently, but there are a few theories flying around. But really quickly, let me just try and get myself equipped just in case anybody turns up whilst we're inspecting what I wanted to show you. But you can probably already hear this, listen. Do you hear that? Very loud, very ominous, very alien-y. So if you have a look over here at the main entrance to the Lonely Lodge building, you'll notice that there's a little something going on here. Don't know what it is, can't figure it out just yet, but if you get rid of the sign, that happens, and when you walk into it, you have this strange ethereal version of yourself, which sort of hangs slightly off of you, and it's all just very odd, and we don't know what it is. Like, it genuinely, it's been almost 24 hours now since it happened, and there's been no comment from Epic just yet as to what it actually is. And we genuinely can't figure out whether it's a bug, or if it's a part of a storytelling mechanic, like, because it could genuinely just be the stuff from the sky, up at the rift, has somehow ended up down here and Epic just need to patch it out. Or it could be a little teaser that potentially the Lonely Lodge might be one of the places that's going to be dramatically changed either at the end of the season or at the beginning of the next season. We've all been basically assuming that not Wailing Woods, Moisty Mire is going to be the place that gets hit, but it genuinely might not be that, and I'm dead. That's fine. That's genuinely fine. So it could potentially be the Moisty Mire that got hit, but this is something odd and different. I want to see if he inspects it, or is he just going to ignore it? Of course he tries to stand in it, yeah. The other popular theories right now are either that the Season 5 is going to contain things like Egyptians, Romans, Greeks, all that sort of stuff, so older time periods, and that the big crack in the sky right now is actually a time warp or a time rift, whatever you want to call it, or a wormhole, I guess, technically as well. Or the other theory that I've seen knocking around, which I think is a little bit far-fetched, is that something humongous is going to come out of the portal, and then some kind of Godzilla-type monster is going to come out of the water around the island, and then they're going to have a massive fight. That, to me, sounds completely ridiculous and stupid, and I'm not on board with that. At the moment, I'm thinking timey-wimey, but in the comment section below, let me know what you think. Do you think it's a time warp? Do you think the thing at Lonely Lodge is an accident or on purpose? And what are your thoughts on Season 5? Are you excited? Are you not? What could it be? I just want to discuss this at length and be really nerdy about it. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed the little insight to the Week 10 challenges. Of course, on Thursday, I'll upload a video letting you know exactly what they are and how to do them in a nice, quick manner. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.